What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Corvette Weekly. This is the channel, of course, where you come to get any kind of Corvette information, whether it's ownership, experiences, maintenance items, and in tonight's case, extended warranty talk. So you guys have asked a lot of times about extended warranties, how they work, whether or not I recommend them. The majority of the time I say no, I don't, and it's only because of the fact that there's really only two that are any good from what I'm understanding. But I'm going to let Dennis talk about that in a second. This is Dennis. He is kind of the warranty specialist. He knows more about these extended warranties than anybody that I've ever met. So we're going to talk a lot about these things tonight. You guys, if you have the obviously Corvettes in general, but he could cover pretty much any car. Does it have to be a GM, or can it be anything?
Any GM.
Any GM.
Any GM.
So that's including, we were talking about like the Colorado ZR2s. I mean, pretty much anything that GM makes, he can cover after the fact. So there's a lot of information here, guys. I want you to use him to the fullest extent. Luckily, I was able to get him on here in very short order. I appreciate your flexibility, Dennis, of course. And I thought this would be a fantastic opportunity to get some knowledge out there. I'm going to have him on here for about half an hour. Once we hit that half an hour part, I'm going to let him go. I don't want to take up his entire night. And then we're going to go on to some other C8 Corvette news and stuff like that. So we got him for a solid 30 minutes. Let's use him and get the questions rolling in here. What do you guys have for Dennis as far as extended warranties are concerned? This is across the board. There is nothing that's off limits. And if he can't answer it, he will get you an answer. So really a great topic tonight, guys, because this is stuff that I have questions about. So actually, maybe I'll start it off and ask Dennis. I'll ask you something I asked you before we got on here, and that is, what extended warranties are good extended warranties?
Okay, naturally I sell GM and GM only, so I feel they are the best on the market. I've been asked a lot about Ally. Ally, for everybody, is the old GM Major Guard plan. When GM went belly up in 2009, GMAC went belly up in 2009. So they formed Ally Bank. So Ally is a third-party bank product. A lot of GM dealers love the Major Guard, and that's how I got started in the business, selling the GMPP Major Guard, and I was the second largest selling person in the United States for GMPP. So I really loved them. I mean, I pushed them. I sold 1 million of them. So they are good, but a lot of dealers will not accept them because they're third party. So you got to really watch yourself. And everybody says, well, I'm going to buy it at ABC Chevrolet, and that's where I bought my car. But you got to remember, how many times do you break down in the town that you live in? You know, you're usually traveling and you're 1,500 miles away, and there you are. So what you have to do virtually is pay for the repair, get back and try to hook up with Ally and get your money back. It's easier said than done. Okay. So, but there are 1 million extended warranties out on the market. There's Zurich, Fidelity, CNA, Allstate. I mean, there's credit unions that offer their own extended warranties.
And in your experience, though, you would obviously recommend the GM warranty over all of those.
I would highly recommend the GM warranty because, number one, you're going to pay less for it, and it's better. As we talked about before, about 90% of the GM stores in the US don't sell the GM warranty because their finance guys will not sell it because there is not a huge markup in it. They can mark it up to whatever they want to mark it up, but then they're going to get totally blown out, and they get blown out of the water anyhow by me and the other competitor that I have. So there's only 2 of us that sell this in the US competitively. So, you know, and these third-party warranties, you will not get them worked on at hardly any store that you go into other than the store you bought the car from. And it's not a good feeling when they tell you, sorry, we don't take that. Your car is on the back of a wrecker coming in the service door.
Okay.
So,
And is that something that could that ever happen with the GM warranty?
you know, I have never had it happen. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I have never had it happen. You know, and that's why there's GM reps all over the United States. You know, my rep's located in Idaho, and he covers Montana, Idaho, Alaska, and I believe North Dakota. So, you know, he's just a phone call or an email away. And I talked to him the other day, as I spoke about, and I'll bring it up here in a little bit with the AT4 and the ZR2s and the, you know, one dealer is not, well, I'll just talk about it now real quick. The AT4 GMC, no matter if it's a Yukon or pickup or and the ZR2 Chevrolet, Colorados, Trail Boss, ZR2, anything that has a factory lift has to be charged a $350 surcharge. I had a customer that just with me to Blue End that, you know, your competitor says no, and he's not charging us for it. I said, well, that's fine. Buy it from him, have a problem down the road, see where it gets you.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about, but I am going to go direct to the source, right to my GM rep. And the first thing he says is, you are absolutely correct. If they do not have the surcharge, we will not touch anything on the undercarriage. He could have a power seat not covered because he doesn't have the surcharge. So it's a gray, touchy area, but I would much rather charge the $350, have the customer pay the $350 and be covered.
Yeah.
Be happy.
I agree. So I'm going to kind of go through some of the questions that we have here, Dennis. So
Okay.
One of the first ones we have is from Professor Corvette. He says, are extended warranties transferable? And if so, how many times?
They are transferable for $50, which is very reasonable. They're transferable one time.
One
So
time
if
for
you
50
sold
bucks.
me, so if I sold you my car that has a GM warranty on it, I could transfer it to you. And 2 years from now, you sold it to a buddy. It's not transferable.
Gotcha.
Transferable one time for $50.
So I'm going to assume another question has popped up here, says, let's talk warranties and mods. I'm going to assume extended warranties are very similar to factory warranties as far as, you know, if a mod affects a part that breaks, that's not covered.
Correct. I have the question continually about Corsa exhaust, Paragon exhaust, whatever. Cap back over the axle, fine. Or however it is on a C8 now.
Yeah.
But headers, no. Cold air intake, no. If you put harnesses in your car, because even if you autocross it one time a year and you put a harness on your seats, that voids the warranty. So you pull into a store and want your power seat fixed that doesn't work and they see headers, they will decline the claim.
Really?
It states right in the policy that mods are not allowed on the car.
Interesting. Okay, this is good to know. So in this situation, having long tube headers or something on your car will void the warranty in total, not just on something that would affect.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to say that it kind of depends on the adjuster too.
Yeah.
What kind of mood he's in. And most of the time, if you have a repair that's under, I believe, $300, you never see an adjuster. But if it's $300 or more, and usually the adjusters, especially in the larger towns, they've got 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 adjusters that they can call to come in and take a look. You know,
interesting.
They'll do it on a transmission no matter what. You know, when it's a $27,000 tranny, they're going to come and look at it. So,
all right, so that's good to know. Really good to know. John Perkins says, and we kind of touched on this a little bit, but he said, is there a policy that is better than another?
Well, in our plan, the GM plan, you want a platinum plan. Silver doesn't cover anywhere near what the platinum is. Totally exclusionary. There's an exclusion list in the policy, and it's mainly wearables, belts, hoses, brake pads, carpet upholstery, paint, wheels and tires. They don't cover emissions or exhaust, because GM covers those for $880.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to go, oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't have a very good salesman that told you your warranty when you took delivery of your car, if he didn't tell you that. But, so they, rather than them charge an additional $500 in the policy or whatever to cover those, they don't cover. So.
Okay. John Perkins again is saying that his Chevy dealership is pushing Assurant. Is that one any good?
You know, I'm not familiar with that one as much as the other ones, so I haven't really heard a lot of that one. I'm going to say no, you know, and it's due diligence on the customer's part to contact me, because when I email them back a quote, I always attach the GM policy. It is not a sample policy. It is the policy. So I have a million people that come back at me and say, well, you know, what does open up your attachment?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, open the attachment and look at it, you know, and then at the end, there's every state has stipulations. And one of them is California. You know, I've been told by California people, you can't sell me a plan. Well, I sell in all 50 states. And it just doesn't, like roadside assistance. There's a stipulation on roadside assistance. There's a stipulation on, I haven't had time to really delve into it to look at it that close, because I do 125 to 150 emails a day, plus phone calls, plus, you know, so. And the one thing I'm going to tell everybody that's listening, I am Pacific Standard Time. I'm West Coast time. So 90% of my customers are Florida, New Jersey, New York, you know, and they call me at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to answer, guys.
Right. Yeah.
My phone is shut off. So I will get back to you as soon as I get up and get going, which is, I'm an early riser. I'm usually up by 6:30 going. So, you know, and I don't know whether you're going to put up my phone number.
Yeah. So that was
tell us.
One thing I wanted to do is tell you guys all of Dennis's information, email, specific actual title, like the fact that he's a warranty specialist, his phone number, everything is in the description down below. So if you guys want to contact Dennis outside of this live video and set up a extended warranty for yourself, all the info's in the description. While we're at it, guys, if you could, please, looks like we got about 200 people watching. Smash the thumbs up button. We do have Dennis here, who is a warranty specialist. He's here to talk to us about extended warranties on your car, anything GM. Obviously, a lot of you guys are going to be here for the Corvettes, but if you have anything GM, he can cover you extended wise. We got a bunch of questions we're going to be asking him. So if you have anything, feel free to put it in the chat and we'll get it answered.
Yeah, I have a lot of people. Naturally, the husband drives a C8, but the wife drives a Blazer.
Right.
As in my case. So, you know, or she drives a Tahoe or a Suburban or a, you know, Yukon Denali or whatever. So I can cover all of those. So
Steve Robertson says, Dennis, is the optimal time to purchase a warranty 1 month before the end of the 3-year bumper to bumper factory warranty?
It's not the optimal time, but it is the last possible time. And I don't recommend waiting for that 1 month, because I have customers contact me daily that, well, my car went into service on 3/11 and I do the GM VIS through GM and it went into service on 2/8. You know, they're a month off. So they're done for as far as getting new car rates. I recommend a minimum, and we talked about this before, a minimum of like 6 months before, a minimum. And then that way you got time. I got time in case we have a credit card snag or, you know, we just have any kind of problems, you know. Okay, but so it has to be done 1 month before the end of the 3-year and 1,000 miles. So you guys that have pickups that, you know, are 23s, late 22s, that got 35,200 miles on it, you're done for.
So very, very, very specific on that. So if you let's say you come in with 36,001 miles. Okay.
GM timestamps everything. So, and they know they've got access to GM VIS, so
sure.
They know what the in-service date is. So
So one of the other questions we had, and I think we kind of answered this already, was do the extended warranties cover track days like the factory warranty does?
Not really. You know, if you're low speed autocrossing, stuff like that, you're not going to break anything,
Yeah.
you know. But if you're high speed racing and you go into a corner and, you know, pop a tie rod or, you know, something underneath the car or whatever, they're not going to fix it. You know, I
Okay.
mean, just, and again, talking about mods, you know, you do these track days, a lot of you have harnesses, you know, and you put a harness on your seat and you take that car in, it's not going to get any extended warranty work done because
Okay.
it's been modded. So
Um,
I know a
so
Corvette's made the track.
yeah.
I mean, that's why you buy a Corvette, I guess, but they think we're all old grandpas that drive at 40 miles an hour. So,
So would this be this is the case across the board then, not just for Corvettes, correct? Like if you
right,
wanted to be
right,
crazy and track a Chevy Volt, it would be the same
right.
situation. Okay.
Same thing. Same thing. Any GM. Yep.
Stitch says, elaborate on GM warranty details. I know we don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole, but if let's say we're, I have a Corvette that, I take out on the weekends. I have very low mileage on it. And, what really is covered is everything that the factory warranty covers covered.
Everything is covered, but again, the Platinum plan is an exclusionary plan. It does not cover belts, hoses, brake pads, wheels and tires. You have to have a separate policy for that. Carpet, upholstery, paint, emissions, and exhaust. The big question with everybody is the HTC hardtop convertible. When you look at the policy, it says convertible top is excluded. Everybody says, well, that's no good.
Yeah.
What they're referring to is the fabric top of the
Oh,
C7, C6, C5. And that made sense back then. Somebody took a knife and cut your fabric top, you'd want a new top put on. And that
right.
just, but all the motors, the cables, all that type of stuff in the hard top convertible top are covered.
Okay.
There's virtually nothing in that car that isn't covered other than wearables.
Kerry Glock has a good question here. We kind of touched on this too, but he says, do all extended warranties begin at the time you purchase them, or is it better? Basically, he says not to buy it until it's close to the end of the factory warranty? Question mark.
They do start the day you purchase the warranty. Right now, GM offers for the first 12 months a 96-month plan. So if you bought it day of purchase of the car, you're buying an additional 60 months of warranty. If you waited and bought it under 12 months, which is the kind of the drop dead date to save money, you're getting 72 months of warranty. It is cheaper to do it that way than wait till close to the 1 month, because time and miles affects these warranties. So the more miles you put on, the longer time you wait, you're going to pay more for the warranty. And after 12 months, the warranty goes from 96 down to 84. After 24 months, it goes down to 72. So you're virtually, you got a low mileage car and you wait for 30 months, you can only buy a 72-month in. And you're going to pay more for that warranty then than getting it right now before it's a year old.
So is that, would you suggest people buy this at the time of purchasing their car then versus waiting?
I tell customers yes, for the simple fact they forget about it. The last thing on everybody's mind is an extended warranty, unless you are a really, really high-tech guy and put everything in your phone or put it in your computer to remind you. And, you just go on with life and you forget about buying it. And it's really happening now on 22 C8 Corvettes, because you got to have a high serial number 22 to be able to still get a new car warranty, because like from 125 up or 25,000 up, you can still get a warranty. a new car warranty. But those older ones, I had it happen today. The guy is about 3 months out of warranty, and he said, well, I forgot about it. What do I do now? And as we talked earlier, I'm one of only 2 in the US that can sell an out of warranty on a vehicle. And for all of you out there listening that have an older Corvette, I can sell 2017 and newer under 45,000 miles.
Okay.
If you have an Escalade or a pickup or whatever, I can sell it up to 65 to 70,000 miles, but it is very expensive. And there is one stipulation to this. You have to take it in and get it fully inspected to qualify for that warranty. The inspection is on you. I am having a lot of problems with customers that their dealer or dealers in their area will not do it because they know what's going on. They're buying a warranty and they want to sell them a warranty.
Yeah.
So one guy emailed me back and said, well, I did the courtesy and said, give me a price. They were $5,500 higher than I was.
Wow.
So I said, well, now what do we do? The thing that you can do is if you have a Corvette specialty store or a really high-end repair shop that has ASE, that's the key, guys, ASE certified technician. He can do that inspection and it will pass. If it passes, it will go through and I'll be able to do your warranty for you. So you've got to get somebody that knows what they're doing to inspect the car. And the inspection takes about an hour, hour and a half. I've had some guys that have paid $150. I've had some dealers quote $500, which is ridiculous for an hour and a half, So I tell the guy, forget it. Go find somebody else. Just call around and get somebody else. So, but that's a real big topic is the older cars, especially on 20, 21, 22 C8s. They want that transmission covered, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
So,
all right, guys. Once again, we are here with Dennis. He is the extended warranty specialist, and I just wanted to bring him on because we've been talking a lot about extended warranties recently, and I wanted to get some questions answered. If you guys are, obviously enjoying this, we have over 200 people watching. Please continue to hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you're liking the content. We like to get to 100 by 8 o'clock. We're probably not going to hit that at this point, but we got double the people in here watching that what it takes to get to 100. So smash the thumbs up button. We got a bunch of questions asked Dennis over here. I'm going to keep going. There you go. Keep asking the questions, guys. Let's keep this thing rolling. Let's use Dennis to the fullest degree here. Mark Cutsey says, I purchased the GM tire and wheel 8-year extended coverage for my 23 Z06 carbon fiber wheels. Are all damages to the carbon fiber wheels covered under my policy?
No. Carbon fiber wheels are excluded. If he bought that for his carbon fiber wheels, he should have looked at the policy because they are excluded. They are not covered.
There is, from what I understand, there was at least one dealership selling this that did not exclude the carbon fiber wheels, but that's going to be such a...
Well, if it's a GM plan, they're excluded. You can buy, same with extended warranties, you can buy 50 GM, or not GM, but 50 tire and wheel plans. There's so many companies out there that sell tire and wheel plans, but again, I only sell GM tire and wheel, and I'll bring that up real quick while I have a second.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're not covered. So GM tire and wheel plans have to be bought the day of purchase of the car only. So if you bought your car today, the tire and wheel plan has to be done today.
Okay, so you can't wait on that.
I can get away with tomorrow and backdating it one day, which is I'm not supposed to, but one day I can get away with.
Gotcha.
But if he waited 2 days, I can't sell him the plan.
All right, so
the carbon fiber wheels are not covered. Look through your policy, guys. Read the policy. You're going to see that carbon fiber wheels are not covered.
So we got from Supercharged D-Ray, so an extended warranty is useless if you mod your car in any way.
If you do headers, or cold air intake, or, you know, if you do the trim pieces, the carbon fiber trim pieces, all that doesn't affect it.
Okay, so just
Or
modifications to the engine
a
mostly.
Porla exhaust or a Corsa exhaust, that doesn't affect it in any way. You know, the check engine light comes on because it's not reading it correctly. You're going to pay for it to get
Right.
redone at the dealership, or whatever,
So
re-examined or whatever.
one of the questions coming up here is from Paragon Performance, and I was wondering about this myself. The Magnuson Moss Act. I don't know. Again, I don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole, but how does this differ from how GM would have to fight this in a warranty situation versus extended warranty situation? Do you have an answer for that?
I'm not an attorney.
Yeah.
So I can't answer that. That's a great question, but and I understand exactly what Paragon, what Corey, or I think it's Corey, what he's asking.
Corey, yeah.
That could possibly be that's true. I don't know. But, 90% of the time, they're not going to know that you have a cold air intake, unless it's an engine problem and they have to tear it all down, and there it lays on the bench when the adjuster comes in, and, but they sure know if it's got headers on it and all the other stuff, so.
So Zippity's Garage says that he bought a 2004 C5Z06 warranty from Dennis back in 2004 and on his G8 GXP. That's Jeff Zippity. I don't know if you remember him or not, Dennis.
I gotta say,
a lot of people.
I have right now, guys, I'm approaching 27,000 customers.
Wow.
So I do remember a lot of you. As I told Justin before we got started, 15th of June this year, I'll be in the business 55 years. I've been doing warranties only for 28. So
only,
I'm kind of a sponge on them, but there's things that I can't answer, and I don't pretend to answer them, but I will find out if, you email me. Again, my phone number should be listed also. I can't see those, but
it'll be in the description down below. Yep.
It is Pacific Standard Time. So, after 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, you'll definitely get me. If you call earlier, just leave me a voicemail. I have a lot of people call me and don't leave a voicemail. So I think it's spam or whatever. Leave me a voicemail. Just say, hey, please call me when you get this message. So,
Steve Robertson has a good question about something that I'd be curious on. So would your policy cover the dash delamination leather-wise? No.
Okay. Does not. That's a body panel. They consider it a body panel. Does not. You can't believe how many 3LT owners contact me. I warranty my dash is laminating, and I got 3 months left. Well, get it in and get GM to fix it because this ain't gonna pay for it. So no, it does not. That is a body panel, just like if your front fender starts peeling or whatever, that's the same with the headlight peel. The headlights are not covered for the whatever the water in them. They're not covered.
Okay.
Yeah. So, this is mainly a mechanical policy.
Okay.
Engine, transmission, rear end, air conditioning, electronics, your radio is covered, power seats, power windows, heated seats, cooled seats, all that type of stuff's covered.
Okay, so Lewis says, is this Dennis Fitchner? That's how you pronounce your last name, right?
Yes, sir.
And it is
Dennis Fitchner.
That is
it's F-I-C-H-T-N-E-R, but that you're printing it or spelling it how it sounds.
Gotcha.
The true pronunciation of my name is Fietner.
Oh, okay.
From Germany. So,
gotcha.
But everybody does Fitchner because it sounds with the T in front. It sounds like Fitchner, and that's fine. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I've been called worse.
Yeah, there you go. Anthony George says, is there any issues if the vehicle is owned by an LLC?
Yes. These warranties have to be put in a personal name. So you own the LLC. So what's the difference of Dennis Fitchner owning the policy or Dennis Fitchner LLC?
Right.
You own the LLC when you take it in. So it's, even if the car is in an LLC, it doesn't matter. It can be personal. And the other thing is, you have a Corvette that's in your business, put it personally, because GM could, anything business wise they feel is commercial.
Yeah.
And they do a $500 commercial surcharge. So why pay $500 to GM when, you know, you own the business? It's your business and it's your car for the business. So
Mr. Corvette says another price increase coming in May for the C8 extended warranties. Perhaps if Dennis is on here, he can update as to what he has heard from his zone rep.
I hear about 1 time out of 10 price increases. And I'll tell you guys, last year it was April 7th it went up. They went up 30%.
Oof.
I had the largest second half of February, March, and the first 7 days of April I've ever done in the business. I did 165 policies in March last year. I do these all by myself, no help, no nothing. I work, you can probably see the background. I'm in my home office. I work from home. But I am a dedicated guy. I work every day, a minimum of 3 to 4 hours. So I have not heard of it, but it would not put me past, because GM went up in April last year. So it could be the 1st of March. And I never know until I put your information in the system to finalize the deal. And oh, it's $740 higher than I quoted. Oh, guess what they did? They don't tell me, because they don't like this, that they're going to lose all that. Like March last year, they lost all of that excess money with their 30% price increase and me selling 165 plans. That was a lot of money that GM did not get. So,
Chopper
but
Larry says,
I do not know of any price increase right now.
Chopper Larry says Platinum also could cover a rental when you buy it at purchase.
Yes, it does. Rental cars, hotel, I think it's 2 days, towing. I mean, the Platinum is the cream of the crop, guys. It's the cream of the crop. And again, if you email me and just want, even if you just at this point want a copy of the policy, email me and I'll attach a copy of the policy for you to look at. You can also do, if everybody has a PIN or whatever, www.Laurel Chevy Protection Plans, plural.com.
I just put that in the
our
chat.
website. Okay, that is our website at our dealership. You can also do a quote through there. It does take a couple days for it to go through their system, come back to the dealership, and the dealership to forward it to me. So it's best if you just send the quote request to my email. And I usually work till 7, 8, 9 o'clock every night. I check emails 24/7. I worked all day Saturday and yesterday, believe it or not. I had the Super Bowl on my little TV in my office here and watched while I was working. And people are going, "What is going on? You're doing this on a Sunday?"
Yeah.
You know, I do. I want your business, and I take care of my customers.
So Gregory asks to talk about how it is prorated when canceling.
They have the proration in their computer. I don't, but I tell customers to take however long. If you bought a 60-month plan and say you paid $2,000 for that 60-month plan, take 60 into 2,000. That gives you what you're virtually paying per month, and take that times however many months you have left, less $50, and you're going to be really close. I have never, ever, and honest to God, guys, I've never had anybody complain about their refund. And I do refunds. The minute I get your cancellation, I put them in the system. And after that, it's up to GM. It's usually a 3 to 5 week process, but it's not me, because I do them immediately. And then at that point, if you want to know how much the refund is going to be, I'm happy to tell you. But until I do it through GM, I can't tell you.
All right. So Flying Cop Car
do it
says
the way I just told you, and you're gonna.
Flying Cop Car wants to know, and this is going to be kind of one of those questions.
Yeah, this is a gray area.
Yeah. Does the Platinum plan cover track days without a harness? So the official answer is probably no, but if they don't know, they
Right.
don't know.
Correct. Again, guys, email me and let me send you a policy and just look through it, through the whole exclusion list. It spells it out pretty good. I mean, exactly what they're getting into as far as stipulations and all that type of stuff. So, but, you know, I have not had I haven't had the mafia come to my door to try to snuff me out for an unhappy customer yet, out of 27,000 of them. So,
So another question here. This might be the same as prorated. If you have a GM extended warranty and you trade in for another GM car, can you get a credit on your leftover warranty towards a new extended warranty?
you can't. Is what you have to do is we have to cancel, or you have to cancel the other plan through the dealer you bought it at, and then buy one on the new car. So I have a lot of customers that this happens, and the minute you trade it in is what I need to cancel a warranty is the federal odometer statement of the car you traded in and the buyer's order showing the car was traded in. I need those two documents. They have to be scanned to me. They cannot be laid on your coffee table and a picture taken. GM will not take pictures because when you send those to me and I print them, they're fuzzy. You can't read them, and GM will not accept those. So they got to be scanned. But you scan those two documents to me, I cancel your immediate other warranty immediately. I email you back and say your prorated refund is $1,000. And you know what you're going to be getting a check for in 3 to 5 weeks from our dealership. We get credit from GM, then our dealership back in Montana sends you a check. And then you can buy one on the new car. If you want to wait till you get your check, whatever, but you can buy one on your new car then. So, but no, it can't. I have this is asked a lot. I traded my car in and I just want to get a new one on the new one. And so we just have to sell a new one. And then if his new one's $1,500 and he gets $1,000 check from me, it costs him $500 into the other warranty. So,
all right. So Donald says, are these warranties a one-time cost or annual?
One-time cost. That's a question that is really asked a lot too. You buy an 8-year plan. You mean I got to pay $2,000 every year for 8 years?
Right.
No, it's $2,000 for 8 years. So it is a one-time cost. And Montana, I don't have sales tax. So you're not going to pay sales tax like you will at another dealer. So
that matters going through you versus where I live.
Yeah, Laurel Chevrolet and Laurel, Montana is selling the policy.
Okay, so no sales tax. That's a
no sales tax. No sales tax.
LT4 powered. I'll be able to answer this one. Actually, he says I might have missed it, but if you have an older car, actually no, this is 2017 plus. Do you have a list of what the mechanic must check?
I do, and that's a GM inspection form. Whoever LT4 powered is, email me, and I can email you that.
It's in the description down below.
Right. So just email me and ask for the inspection sheets, and I'll email those to you.
All right.
The policy that you are buying on a 2017 through 2022 that's still under warranty is a platinum plan. It's the same plan you would buy on a 25, except for the stipulations. And you can only, if it's a 2017, 48 months will be max that you can buy. 2018, 19, 20, or 60 months. And that depends on miles. But remember, you got to be under 45,000 miles on a Corvette.
All right. And I had another question here. I already know the answer to this. We already talked about this, but do you price match other
I
extended
do.
warranties?
I do. I price match anybody. The only problem I run into that the other dealers seem to not have a problem is my dealership charges 3.2% credit card fee. I can price match anybody, and that's my other competitor. I will price match him, but I can't absorb the difference between my price and his price and then eat the 3.2% also. So what I do is say he's at 2100 and I'm at 2300. I'll price match his 2100, but I got to charge the 3.2%. So say it's $60, I got to do 2160. And 90% of the customers, I guess I'm going to toot my own horn, go with me because I take care of them.
Okay.
The other guy is at a huge store, hard to get a hold of. You never can talk to him. That's why my cell phone's listed, guy. That is my personal cell phone. I have it with me 24/7. I'm going out of town Thursday through Monday to Phoenix. My grandson from Montana is playing hockey in a huge hockey tournament in Phoenix. But I will have my phone and I will have my laptop. So I will take calls all the way to Phoenix and all the way back, and that's just the way I am. My wife has a pad of paper on her lap, and she's writing as fast as she can write the phone numbers and whatever, So, but I'm reachable.
LT4 Powered says, and this is obviously a joke, but does the warranty cover if I rip my jorts getting in and out of the car?
No, but Kohl's or Walmart or wherever you bought them will. No.
Yeah, right. All right. So I'm trying to see if we have anything else here. Guys, any other questions for Dennis? We're going to start wrapping up the warranty side of this so we can get into some of the news and the giveaway stuff. So
one thing back with the 1 month and 1,000 miles. Remember, GM, it's Chevy, Buick, and GMC are 3636. Cadillac is 4850.
Right.
So you got to do it at 47 or before, or 49,000 or before on a Cadillac. So because a lot of the Ys have Escalades or whatever, and so.
All right. So
and when if you guys email me for a quote, anybody that's listening, I need from you in the email, I need your VIN, exact miles, not a guess. I had one today around 12,000 miles. I'm going to quote you at 12,000 miles, and you're going to pay double what it is under 12,000 miles.
Right.
So if you got 11.9, it's not 12,000, guys. Put 11,918 or whatever it is. You're going to save money. I don't know what your car has on it. And if you bought the car used, you bought it 22, 23, 24 used, I need the price you paid for the car without taxes, fees, anything else. So the very first line on your buyer's order to start out at $79,995, that's the price I need. And what date you bought it. Because the date I can pull is the date it went into service. So I don't know what date you bought it. So I need all of those items. So
Owen says, if I order a warranty from you in Montana, can I take the car to any of my dealers in Texas?
This warranty is a General Motors dealer or a General Motors warranty. You can take it to any GM store in the U.S. I told Justin before we got on air, if any GM dealer fights it or doesn't want to do it, they're going to have a visit from GM. Why are they a GM dealer and won't take a GM warranty? Plus, GM warranties pay retail parts and labor. Try that with CarShield, or try that with Endurance or Zurich or any of them. They want discounts. CarShield wants 50% off on parts and 50% off on labor. Then they'll authorize it. You'll go up to pay your $100 deductible, and the dealer cashier says, well, it's $740. because Car Shield wouldn't pay $640 of the fix.
Jeez.
So there you go. I mean, it's so.
Lewis says, is less than 12,000 miles the best rates and under 3 years?
Yes. Bar
And
none, yes.
Chopper Larry says, what are the coverages pretty much for
Okay,
the,
you've got 5 years. You've got 5 years.
he wants to know
60,000.
specifically for the transmission in the C8
Right,
Corvette.
right. You've got a 5-year 60 warranty on the powertrain. So you've got 5 years of coverage from GM. If you bought a 7-year or an 8-year plan, you got 3 more years of the transmission coverage. Engine, transmission, rear end. This Platinum plan does cover the DTC. So,
And would it cover the DTC in the same way that the factory warranty would?
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
As long as you've done your maintenance, as long as you can prove you've done your 7,500 mile stuff. And guys, I can't reiterate how much good records are needed when you have a warranty problem. You know, if especially, you buy one of these warranties on a 24 or a 25. If you have a little bit of a gray area that's under warranty, that GM's kind of, we don't know if we're going to cover it or not. Oh, he has a GM warranty on the car. They will cover it for you.
Yeah, they're more likely
They'll
to
bend and cover it. So, because you've got a GM warranty on it. The GM warranty won't cover it, but GM will cover it because you've got their warranty. So,
all right, guys. So I think we're going to wrap this up with Dennis. Dennis, I really appreciate you taking the time tonight, answering some of these questions. Odds are good in the future. If I see more of these questions coming up, we might bring you back on if you'd like to come back in.
Perfect. Anytime. Just let me know ahead of time, a week or so. And I've been watching my emails go bonkers here. So I am probably got 30 or 40 so far. So
good. And like I said, guys, all of Dennis's contact info is in the description down below. Blow him up. Go get his phone number. I mean, if you want to get this taken care of, Dennis is your guy. So again, thanks, Dennis. I'm going to let you go. And I will.
Justin, thank you very much.
You're
welcome.
It was
an honor to be with you.
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody that listened. I appreciate it.
Sure.
So.
Okay. All right. So Dennis, we'll catch you next time. Thanks again.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. See ya. All right, guys. So, that was Dennis, obviously from the extended warranty side of things. Definitely interesting there. Lots of questions that came up that I've seen a lot of the comments in the comment section here. And what I'm going to say, Dennis has to follow a certain thing because he's part of a dealership. So whenever he says that, if he sees mods, it's going to void the warranty. This is pretty much what he's been told to say, if I had to guess, because the warranty wise, it's not going to be any different than if you're trying to get something warranted from GM while you have mods on your car currently, even if you're not in an extended warranty situation. So I saw a couple people in here say, oh, well, just do what Justin said, take the mods off if you're, having a problem. And really, that's not a great thing to recommend, but at the same time, I shouldn't really even have to say that. Like if you're having a problem with something that, a throttle body or an exhaust could have possibly caused, maybe let's take that off before you go in. And honestly, it's the same with the extended warranty. It's going to be very similar stuff. So if you're the kind of guy who doesn't want to have to replace or pay out of pocket to replace, if your radio goes bad or something, extended warranty might be a good option for you. But, yeah, that's all those questions. The description down below has Dennis's email, his phone number, and everything. You can get more information from him about that if you want. We'll have him on again if we have a bunch of questions come up that I can't answer. But I thought that was a good way to start off the live video tonight with that. This did get a little bit longer than I wanted it to because tonight is the last night for the giveaway from Racing Sport Concepts for the C8 Stingray spoiler. So again, guys, the channel is sponsored by Racing Sport Concepts throughout the month of February. And tonight we are giving away the GT spoiler for the C8 Stingray. Not the E-Ray or Z06. That will be in 2 weeks from now. So if you guys are interested and you want to get in on this, you're going to want to get in on it here pretty quick because we're going to be doing the giveaway tonight. I'm going to let this live go a little longer than usual because the warranty stuff took up a little bit more time than I was hoping it would. But I'm going to get you here a good picture of the spoiler we're talking about. C8, here we go. So the GT Ducktail is the spoiler that is being given away tonight. This is a full carbon fiber replacement for your C8 Stingray spoiler. If you're interested in grabbing something like this, just make sure you get in on the giveaway. I'm going to, of course, honor the giveaway for anybody who types #1 in here that is a member of the channel. Professor Corvette's on it. Professor Corvette, I will make sure you get another entry here because you're already in here a good bit. So anybody, if you're a member, make sure you get that #1 added in there so we can get you put in for free. If you do want to get more entries, of course, every $10 is an entry. If you donate 50 or more, it is double entries. I've already gotten one entry for $100 tonight. I got you added in there, so you guys are all good as far as that's concerned. Charles S., I'll get you in for 2 more. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you guys tonight, as usual. Charles S., you got 2 more. I believe you already have a couple in there. And you got 1 in there, so now you got 3. So we're getting all these loaded up here, guys. Again, Venmo is your friend. If you want to do 50 or more, that's going to give you double entries. So make sure that if you're wanting to get in on this, that you're getting out there, because as of right now, David from DBM Racing has the largest amount, but I believe he is going to defer because he wants to go with the Z06 stuff, I believe. You do have to be here tonight, guys. So if you are entering to win this, you have to be in the chat tonight. If you're not here, you're not going to be able to win. So I need you to be here because when your name comes up, I need to know if you are going to defer for the Z06 stuff happening in 2 weeks, or if you're going to take the Stingray spoiler instead. So make sure you're here for that. I will go ahead and start getting some of these names added into the wheels here. Hot Rod Todd. I love that name, by the way. Again, guys, let's get these in as fast as we possibly can because we are going to be giving this away tonight. I don't want this to go for too long. Seawolf, I believe I got you in there. Yep. Uh, 10 seconds U6, Bill Miller. Jay Brazelton, I thought I'd get you in there. I saw your, I think Jay's at the Ron Fellows is what he was saying. So very cool. He's got 3 more entries, so he's in for 14. And somebody else donated on Venmo. Let's see who we got. Again, guys, if you're still watching, please smash that thumbs up button. We had the Dennis in here from the extended warranty side of things. Really nice to get that information. I wasn't able to get you guys to smash thumbs up as much as I would have liked, but looks like we got Jay in there for actually 50, so he gets 2 more. So Jay Brazelton is currently at Ron Fellows, and he is watching and donating. You gotta love the support here, guys. And he gets also a free one. So Jay's racking them up over here. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I'm just loading these in. Chris, get you added in there. I believe you're not in here yet. Aaron. Chopper Larry. And Wayne G. Yeah, so DBM Racing is on top, guys. He donated $500, but it doesn't mean anything. We've seen this happen before. Mark Cutsey says, is a member of HPO fans only account asking for a friend. Is a member of HPO fans only account. Mark, you know, I hear this often enough. People bring this up often enough that somebody at some point is going to come across one of these videos and actually think that I do have an OnlyFans. But I'll get you in for an entry, Mark. Thank you for the support. So yeah, guys, we got some information to talk about as well. Mr. O, I got you in for 2 entries because you entered last week too. There we go. There is some news to talk about tonight as well, guys. So I'm going to be getting into that here in a second. Let me see if I can get some of these questions. Looks like we got 122 thumbs ups. We definitely need more than that. I believe we had over 200 people watching. Yeah, so let's get those thumbs ups rolling, guys. Thumbs up if you like the content tonight. I wanted to get that extended warranty stuff kind of out of the way. I'll be honest with you, I didn't love the news, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of it was by the books kind of thing. And honestly, I don't believe if you go with a GM extended warranty that there's much of a difference between your current warranty and the extended warranty, other than obviously you got to pay more for it. I believe a lot of the same things are covered for the same reasons, but naturally mods kind of muddy up the waters. And it's easier to just say no across the board versus breaking it down, because just like it is now, it really depends on who you go to. But anyway, guys, smash the thumbs up button. It really helps the channel. I really appreciate it. Smash up, never down. Exactly. Let's see. Chris says, congratulations, Justin, for hitting 100K. I totally forgot about that. That happened since the last live video, guys. I really want to thank you. That is a huge, huge, monumental thing for my channel and for me mentally. It was just, it's always been in my head that 100,000 mark is where you become solidified as a YouTuber. So I really appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate all you guys that tune in every Monday night. The questions, the support. I mean, you guys are fantastic. So absolutely a huge day for the channel and for everybody involved, including you guys. I mean, every time you guys tune in on Monday, I mean, you are literally making this thing real. So thank you all. Yeah, smash that thumbs up, guys. Let me see what we got going on here. I want to talk a little bit about news because there is a little bit of news here. Mr. O says, wow, congrats on 100K. Thank you. Congrats on 100K. Matt Hurley, I appreciate it. I'll talk to you after the live here, Matt. I got some questions for you as well. Again, guys, the giveaway for tonight is the RSC Racing Sport Concepts carbon fiber spoiler for the C8 Stingray. If you win and you decide to defer, which would mean I'm going to just put your name back into the wheel for the next two Mondays from now, is when we'll be giving away the same style wing for the Z06/E-Ray. If you want to do that, you can, but you have to be here for it. So if I call your name and you're not here, I'm going to assume you're taking the Stingray wing. So you got to be here. If you're not here, you're getting the Stingray wing, and that will move on to the Z06 one in 2 weeks. Make sure you're here if that's not the one you want. Let's see. Yep, 100,000, guys. 1 million is next. Actually, 200,000 is next. But I get you. I appreciate you guys. Really do. Now you can retire. Finally. Yep. Congratulations. I appreciate you. There you go. If every one of my subscribers donated $1.75, I'd be able to get my ZR1 no problems. That's exactly it. All right, guys. So let's talk ZR1 for a quick second, because there is a little bit of news on the ZR1, kind of. Jeff Zippity, actually, who texted me, I'm not sure if he's in here or not, but he texted me because, you know, he's over at Sioka, and he got some pictures of a ZR1 that was on a transport trailer. You can clearly tell that's a ZR1. I'll give you one guess as to how I can tell that's a ZR1. But he got to see it, and the person that was transporting it basically said that the car was headed for the Delaware port, obviously going overseas somewhere. But very interesting that a car that hasn't really even started production yet here in the US would already be going overseas. So obviously GM wants to start advertising this thing overseas as well. I mean, if you guys don't know, the Corvette has a relatively large following outside of the US, to the point where I actually talked to somebody not too long ago that was from London. And this particular person was completely unimpressed with a Porsche GT4 versus my C8 Corvette. The C8 Corvette was just much nicer to this person than the GT4. And I asked why. And they said, well, we see Porsches all day, every day. I don't get to see these. And I thought that was a really interesting, you don't really think too much about that because, you know, we get to see them here in the US, but definitely interesting. And that's the thing. Supercharged E-Ray asks, how did this sound? It did not actually sound that good, in my opinion. And that kind of scares me a little bit. Oh, here we go. Let me see if I can turn this on. So yeah, here it is. Listen to this. So I can tell it sounds like it's in tour mode, so it's a little quieter than it would be normally, but that sounds really, really quiet. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I obviously love the sound of the C8 Z06, but it is definitely muffled. It is definitely subdued. I don't know. I don't love it, but we'll see. Because like I said, that's very likely in tour mode. The baffles are closed. It's a brand new car, so they're not revving it or anything. It maybe needs to be broken in a little bit with the turbos. Ugh. I don't love it, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to keep my my excitement up because I do believe it's going to be pretty crazy. Honestly, Supercharged E-Ray says he wonders if it's the same exhaust as the Z06. I think it is. It sounds very similar, but it just sounds quieter. Yes. So Kevin, he has GM found a new transport company yet? That's actually the next bit of news we're going to talk about, because this just popped up where GM was halting new Corvettes. They were literally pulling Corvettes off of the trailer because they were not able to meet demands with the Jack Cooper transports. And I just saw, it just popped up that apparently GM has kind of killed the agreement completely with Jack Cooper, meaning they don't even have a transport person right now. So if that's the case, it's kind of crazy because they've been using them. I think it said, where did I see this? I'm trying to pull it up because they said that they had been using Jack Cooper for like 45 years or something along those lines, and that they were killing the contract with them and they were going to go with somebody else or something. I got to see if I can find it here. I don't know where I saw that now. Well, I'm not seeing it now, so maybe that was pulled down. So that might be the only information we have at this point, is that they're still waiting on it. Let me see if I can find this. Has anybody else seen that? So maybe they haven't fully said that they're not using Jack Cooper again. I swear I saw that and it must have been pulled down. So maybe they have come to some sort of agreements. But guys, can you please smash the thumbs up button? Looks like we still got about 200 people in here watching. I'd love to hit 200 before we end this particular live. It'd be pretty cool. Brandon's Garage, I got you in for an entry. I believe I got you in here already. I do now. Okay. All right. So again, guys, if you're interested in the giveaway for tonight, let me see, make sure no one else has entered. No, Jay was the last one. The giveaway for tonight, of course, is the Racing Sport Concept spoiler for the C8 Stingray. It is full carbon fiber and it's a ducktail spoiler. It looks like that. Closer up, if you want to see it, it looks like that. It's actually a pretty nice style wing. I saw this on the E-Ray that RSC had at their shop for a little while, and it's actually nice. It's a nice wing. So again, you're going to get it. You can win it for potentially a $10 entry fee. $10 gets you one entry. $50 or more gets you double entry. So if you're really serious about winning this thing, throw 50 bucks at it. You'll probably have a pretty good shot at it. Yeah, so that's what I thought. Red C806 says General Motors and Jack Cooper have ended their relationship after contract negotiations reached an impasse late Friday, leading the nearly 100-year-old vehicle hauling company to start winding down. Where did you see that? Because I know I saw that before I got on here and I can't find it now. And that is a problem. If you're waiting for your car, that is kind of an issue because GM now needs to find somebody else. If you guys don't remember, it wasn't too long ago, right around the time the C806 was coming out, they actually had to widen all of the trailers, all the Jack Cooper trailers, because of how wide the Z06 is. They had to actually modify the transport trailers to get them to fit the wider Z06, which is obviously now the wider ZR1 and the E-Ray as well. But now they need a new company to do this shipping. It's going to be interesting. Duckbill does look sweet. It would look good on any C8. Corvette Blogger, I was on there. I'm not seeing that for some reason. There it is. It literally popped. I had to hit refresh. All right, so yeah, here it is, guys. No more Corvettes will be shipping on Jack Cooper after GM rejects new agreement, ending 100-year relationship. 100 years. So they are now no longer using Jack Cooper. And again, I don't think in this article it says whether or not they have found somebody else yet, but I would imagine if they haven't, they're well on the way. But guys, this is just another thing. Like, it seems like GM is just like terminating and moving on to something new across the board. No one is safe at GM, not even the friggin' transport company. So yeah, it is real. They have ended the relationship with Jack Cooper. That's been the people who've been transporting these cars forever. So now, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen now? But anyway, moving forward here, again, guys, we are going to do that giveaway tonight. So if you want to get in on that carbon fiber spoiler, get the entries in now. We are going to go in about 10 minutes. I'm going to wrap this whole thing up, give the spoiler away. Next week, we're going to actually be doing scrape armor radiator grill guards for the side intakes and entries into the C8, Z06, and E-Ray carbon fiber spoiler. So if you want the scrape armor grill guards, next week you'll have another shot at them. This is my last set to give away on the channel. So if you want to try to grab those, that will be next Monday night. And that will also start the Z06 E-Ray entry for the ducktail GTZ spoiler from carbon fiber from Racing Sport Concepts. It is a kind of a dovetail spoiler is what they call it. Ducktail. So that's what it would look like. It's for a Stingray, but it's full carbon fiber. Fits really nicely. It's going to fit right into your factory holes on the bumper, so nothing new needs to be drilled and or filled. So it's a very nice option. Very cool. If you have a Stingray, that's 100% the option I would go with, especially if you're looking for carbon fiber. That's exactly it. Chopper Larry says, Taj, Harlan, Jack Cooper, what's next? What is next? Seems like nobody's safe. Okay, so we got Kevin got 50. Let's see what Kevin's putting in here. Kevin Horan is in for 50. Gotcha, Kevin. I don't think you were in before. No. So, Kevin. And Kevin, if you are on here, you're in for 10. Okay. So, let's see. Oh, yeah. Lewis said, I saw 5 empty Jack Cooper trucks last Friday on my way home from Texas. Knew something was strange. Yeah, that's weird. The amount of money just wasted in gas. Yeah. Hopefully the dealership price gouging goes away next. I wouldn't hold my breath. Maybe here's a weird thought. Maybe they're getting rid of the transport trailers because maybe they're finally going to allow the customers to order direct. Order the car and have it just show up in your driveway. And for that, it would be more like a one kind of transport thing. I don't know. That would be nice. That's the way you get rid of high transport costs and price gouging. Because we all know how much we love that. So, Bill, like I said, you can defer tonight. If you're in the chat here, you enter and you don't want the Stingray wing, you defer. That will still put you as a potential winner for 2 weeks from now when I'm running this for the Z06 E-Ray. Yeah. Auto hauler Jack Cooper severely damaged by the loss of its 2 key customers. It's closing. They're closing. Wow, man, does that suck? So not only did they lose the customers, but because of those 2 customers, they can't even stand to stay open. That's rough. Lewis says, my scrape armor side intake grill guards will be here Wednesday. Can't wait to get them on the car. Believe it or not, Lewis, you're going to notice the same thing I did. When I put them on, they're there for protection, of course. They're going to protect from leaves and rocks and stuff. And I found a bunch of leaves and rocks in my intake when I took it off. So this is needed. But after I put them on, I'm like, okay, it's protected. It actually looks better. Like the side intake physically looks nicer with those grills in there. So it's actually pretty cool. Yeah. It is with extraordinary sadness that we are writing to let you know that after 97 years in business, Jack Cooper will be closing our doors in the near future. Man, we are living in weird times here, guys. Professor Corvette says, I'd rather have an early 2601 than a 25. Yeah, there is a possibility. Obviously, we've been hearing forever that the C8 Corvette's going to get an interior redesign. It was originally supposed to happen in 24. And then they're like, oh, no, it's going to be 25. And now it's, no, it's 26. Are we going to get it in 26? Who the heck knows? Nobody seems to know. The people that act like they know, they've been acting like they know since 24. So I don't know that anybody knows. With what's going on over at Chevy at this point, them Canon people left and right, I don't know. We may not even get a 26. How about that? Yeah. Mark Cutsey says it's time to buy a couple of their transport trucks and start your new business and undercut competitors. They could find a way around this, Bill. So Bill Miller says they'll never do direct because there's too much PDI on these cars from undercarriage, skid plates, grill guards. They could find a way around this. If they're doing direct, they could install more of this stuff on the car directly from the factory. And if they're doing it that way, they don't have to worry about the dealership. They don't have to worry about any of that stuff. They could literally plop the car in your driveway, totally done. And I mean, that's obviously a potential too. Flying Cop Car says, will they skip the interior change and just wait to do it for the C9? It's not, Chevy doesn't usually do, I mean, it depends on how long it runs, but there's not a lot of refreshes in the Corvette lineup. Usually they don't do anything major. And with the interior change being rumored for the last couple years, I feel like they're going to do something, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be major. And that's actually one of the things I was reading over at the Mid-Engine Corvette forum. was again talking about the GM dropping Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Apparently, this particular person was about to take delivery of their 2025 Escalade, and it was not compatible with a CarPlay or Android Auto. And this is something that's been on the rumored for a while, that they were going to drop support for this. And apparently the 2025 Cadillac is dropping support for it. And that's really, really, really crappy. Like, I hate that idea so bad. It's not even funny. This is one of those ideas that GM is going to absolutely come to regret making, because this is not something anybody with a higher end car, a higher end dollar car, they don't want to get in it and say, what, this thing doesn't have CarPlay? What the heck? Everybody's so used to that now. I know I am. If I got into a brand new car that didn't have CarPlay, I'd immediately return it. There'd be no reason for me to have it. Would be like foreign to me. So this is coming. With that said, is it coming as the interior refresh for the 2026 Corvette? That would really suck. Really, really suck. So, yeah, it is the IQ, but somebody in the chat said that they thought that all 2024s and up of electric cars from GM have axed the CarPlay. That's not true. My wife's 24 Lyric has CarPlay and Android Auto. So this is something new with the 25s. And make no mistake, just because this is the electric version does not mean this isn't coming to the gas-powered versions too. I have a feeling if GM does do this interior redesign, the majority of that redesign on the interior is going to be the infotainment system and speedometer section of the screen. They could remove support for CarPlay and Android Auto. And if they do, it is going to be an absolute disaster. They are going to regret that. Exactly. Hot Rod Todd says that will be as popular as the online owner's manual, which is, again, I don't even care. Like, I don't read the owner's manual. I get all the information I need usually online and on the forums and stuff. It's very rare I crack open that owner's manual. And even if I do, I usually do it on the online owner's manual. I'll get on there and, search for things like Control F and search for specific keywords. So why do I care? It's just another one of those things where you're taking something away from the purchase experience, but you're not reducing the price. All right, so let's see. Anybody else entered to win? I'm going to start wrapping this up now, guys. So looks like no one else has entered. Let's smash that thumbs up button, guys. Get the thumbs ups going. And I am going to spin the wheel because it is time, and it looks like we don't have any additional entries in here tonight. I don't want to keep all you guys too late, but our insurance or warranty guy went a little long. So here we go in the browser. You guys ready for this? Spin that DBM wheel. Yeah. Look how much of that wheel is owned by David with 101 freaking entries. And that's only because he's not on here tonight. If he was on here tonight, he'd have 102. But let's see. Like I said, guys, if you win and you're in the chat here and you want to kind of pass and go and put your money towards the end of the month giveaway with the Z06/E-Ray spoiler, you can do that. But you got to be here for that. So here we go. First spin of the night. Who is the winner? All right, that one's not too that wasn't as dramatic as usual. Kevin Reynolds wins. If I had to guess, I don't think Kevin is in the chat though. Yeah. Hey, RPM, you are on there, but man, it is tiny because you only had, I believe, only one entry on there. Let me check. Yeah, you have one entry. But Kevin Reynolds, are you in the chat here? If you're not, I'm going to assume you're taking the Stingray spoiler, and I'll get you your information. Now, the rest of you guys, like I said, 2 weeks from now, we are giving away the Z06 wing. If you want to be entered in on that, your entries will push over towards that. Okay, Kevin Reynolds says let it ride, so I'm going to spin it again. No way is it. It's him again. I'm going to have to remove him. All right, let's spin it again. I don't want to remove him because he is going to be in. He wants to be in for the next giveaway. All right, Sean. I don't think Sean is in here tonight. So, Kevin, basically, if I run this and your name comes up and you choose to pass, I'm going to move you to the next the 2 weeks from now, where we'll run it again with your entries in there currently. Yeah, I was going to say you won twice in a row. You might as well go get a lottery ticket. I don't think Sean is in here, but I know Sean does not have a Stingray, so I'm going to assume he probably doesn't want this. But for now, we're going to leave it as Sean. If he doesn't take it, we'll run this again next Monday night until we get somebody that has a Stingray. So for now, we're going to leave it with Sean, and we'll readdress this next Monday night. I'll send him an email. I guess that's probably the best way to do it. I don't want to screw anybody out of anything. So that's going to be that, guys. If you haven't yet, please smash the thumbs up button. Let me know you're liking the content. We got a lot of really cool giveaways next week. Like I said, Scrape Armor will be given away next Monday night, and entries for the CO6 E-Ray spoiler from Racing Sport Concepts will continue next Monday night. That's it, guys. If you liked what you saw, please make sure you're hitting that thumbs up. It really helps the channel. I will see you guys same time, same place next Monday night. See ya.